I was looking at this animation and I loved it. So I thought, let's make this in HTML and CSS. Let's take a moment to look at this animation. It's so amazing. Okay, so I think we'll need to create, let's call these rings. So, but these are not complete circles. I think few elements are missing. But yeah, we'll call them rings. And then there is this bigger ring of smaller rings. Reminds me kind of something like DNA, how DNA folds into itself. Okay, so let's start. I created a code sandbox. Let's create a container. Div will give the class name of container. Container. Okay. Close the container and let's start with another div slash div. Let's call this a ring. Okay. All right, and inside this ring we should have multiple containers, multiple divs, which let's call them sides of the ring. So side, class name will be side. Okay, so far good. Let me try to print something here. Let's do one thing first. Let's center this into the screen. Go here, we'll select everything which has dot container, and we'll give them height and margin 0, height and width as full viewport height, height as 100, viewport height, width as 100, viewport width, margin 0. What else? Let's see how they look. Background color green, just to see if okay, no. So at this point the whole screen should have gone green, but doesn't look like so. Container has okay, a spelling mistake. That's why we should copy paste things. Alright, so far good. Now let's center them. So let's center first the container. We'll center the container here. So we'll select the parent, which is app. We'll set display to grid and place items center. This should do it. Alright, we can remove this. Okay, so far good. Container, let's give some color to it so that we can see how it the boundaries of this container. We'll give background color light, something light blue should do. Alright, now let's work on the ring. So inside container we'll say ring, and inside ring there will be sides. Let me copy paste all this just to avoid the typos. Alright, so far good. Now we'll need many sides, right? So let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 sides or something. So let's render 8 div elements. So I'll create a function called range, which will give us array of 8 items, and using those array of 8 items we'll render this div element 8 times. So let me create a function called range till n. It will create an array, and it will return that array. But before returning, we should fill elements inside it. For let I is equal to 0, I plus I is less than n, I plus plus array dot push I. So we are creating an array of n elements, and let's render this. We'll call this function range, and let's define this number of sites, ring sites. Let's call this number as ring sites is equal to 8 for now. Okay, range ring sites, and then we'll simply map them to this. Okay, so we got high 8 times. Also, what we'll do is we'll pass this number of ring sites as a CSS variable to here. So how to do that? Style, using the style. I'm doing this correct. Style is equal to we'll use this ring site to ring side. Let's inspect this if I've done this correctly. If we have done this correctly, we'll get a style ring sides 8 here, which is correct. Okay, so far good. Now what we need to do is we need to arrange these sides in this fashion. Okay. All right, how to do that? Let's go into CSS and see. Okay, I think we'll need perspective, right? So here we'll set some perspective. Let's go with 200 pixels, and since we are going to use perspective inside here, we'll need to set display style or something, display or transform style preserve 3D here as well as here. We'll need to put these things. Now what we'll do here, so each side I'll need to let's look at this once again. Can I pause this? Okay, yeah. So let's say this is the center, this is the ring sides, right? Sides of the ring, and they are translated from the center of the circle by a distance of radius r. So let's say ring radius will put minus r as how many? Let's go with 40 pixels for now. Okay, so the side needs to be translate. Am I doing this correct? Yeah, I think translate z with variable of minus r. Okay, so now they have come forward, and then we also need to rotate them. Okay. So rotate, I think rotate y, because this is y axis, this is x axis, and the z axis is coming outside, right? So we'll use rotate y, and for now let me give some angle. Let's say 30 degree. So you see they now rotated. If if you want to see it better, let's give some border here. Border 1 pixel solid. So see, they're rotating. We can change this rotation angle and they will rotate. Let me see what I show what I mean. So if I can you look at this, now it's going back behind the container which is of blue color and coming out. So yeah, we need to rotate each side by a different amount so that it forms a ring. And let's not forget there is a gap. The ring is not complete, right? But we'll take care of that later. For now, just let's make a ring first. So what we'll do here, we'll instead of stacking them one below other, we'll stack them on top of each other. So let's say we'll do that. How to do that? We'll position them absolute. Okay, absolute parent, right? So position absolute and absolute. So here we'll need to give display as no position relative. Okay, now all of those rings are stacked onto each other. Ring sides are stacked onto each other. Now we just need to rotate each ring side with a different amount. Okay, how to do that? What we can do is we can pass this index as a CSS variable. So here let's say side index will be I, and let me copy this variable. Alright, now instead of rotating each side with a fixed amount of 30°, we'll rotate it with different angles. So what we can do, side index var. Okay, let's use calc here first. Okay, inside calc let's use var. Okay, now we need to convert this, which is a number starting from 0 to 7, into angle in degrees. So let's give them multiply each index by 10 degree. Okay, now you see everyone is rotated by some different angles. So now let's try to make a complete ring. So we have we sent the number of ring sides? Yes, we have it in the container here. So we have that number, which is ring sides, which is 8. So let's do 360 divided by number of sides. So let me see what I mean. 360 degree divide by 8. Now you see they are all divided or rotated by correct angle. Okay, so far good. Now instead of using 8, how about let me transform, let me rotate this whole scene vertically, or I'm not able to explain it properly. Let me directly show you what I mean. So this is the container, right? So let me do a transform and then rotate this in on x-axis. X angle by, let's say, 45° to see them better. So yeah, or let's do 90°. 90 degree. So this is how these ring sides are placed. There's one more thing. We need to connect these sides, right? Because there is a significant gap between each of these sides. Now let's take care of, let's first remove this 8, a magic number. Let's replace it by var minus minus ring sides. Ring sides. Okay. Now that we have done it, let me quickly give some color to this so that we can better see this. Background color, let's go with the red. Okay. Now let's connect these sides. Now to calculate the width of these sides will be a little tricky. This will definitely depend on the radius, plus this will depend on the radius plus plus I think the number of ring sides. Yeah, less the number, the more should be the width of these elements. For now, let me do one thing. Let me manually try to put some number. We haven't put width at all, so let's put some fixed width here. Let's go with 100 pixels. Too much. Let me keep reducing this until we find the right value. How about this 30 pixels? To begin with, let's hard code this value as 30 pixels. So we'll put this side width as 30 pixels right now, but later we'll calculate it dynamically. So let me make this as a comment, as a to do calculate dynamically. All right, and for now and simply put the width as var minus side width. All right, done. Okay, before doing this doesn't look centered. Something is off. I'm not able to exactly understand what is off, but it looks like it is moved a little to the right. It's not exactly in the center. Why is that? Let's figure it out. 45 degree. Where's the blue color? Let's give some height and width to this container. I think I'll need to put position relative here as well. Height 100 pixels, width 100 pixels. Okay. So you see the ring is not centered in this blue container. I think to do that, let's use this thing again, display grid. Okay, now it's not centered again. What am I missing here? For a timing, let's stop rotating this. Let's first place this thing into center and then we'll worry about it. Okay, container, then there is this ring, I think. Position relative, side, position absolute. Okay, yeah, we gave it position absolute. Let me give some color here as well. So background color to ring will be light, something light coral maybe. Okay. Let me remove this color for a moment, and let's give some height and width to this ring. So let's make it 50 pixels so that we can center it. Okay, so this is the ring is centered inside the container because we use this display grid and place height and center. Now first let's center the side inside the ring. How to do that? Hey, one second. If we don't use this, if we don't give height and width to the ring, shouldn't it automatically be centered? It doesn't look like that. Yeah, it's so okay, I think I got it. The ring is of 0 pixels, right? So it is centered. Let me give a small size to this, then you'll be able to understand. Background width border. Okay, so you see the ring class is centered, and this side is like it's like top 0 and left 0. Okay, so somehow we need to center this ring side inside the container class now. All right, how to do that? How about we translate it by half, 50%. So translate x by minus 50%. Wow, that's too much. Let me put the border again. I think no, it's correct. So translate did work. We can do translate y as well. Translate y minus 50%. Now I think it's properly centered. Yeah. Now let's do one thing. We cannot use the transform property again because here we are already using it. Otherwise we can put this here. But let me see if there's another way. So we are using this top and top 0 pixels and left 0 pixels, right? Let's see if we can use this property top and left to achieve what we want. So top minus 50% doesn't seem to be working. Left has minus 50%, doesn't seem to be working. No worries, let's do one thing. Side height, let's give some height to this. For now I'm going with 20 pixels, and what we'll do is if we do it by minus 15 pixels, I think it will work. Top is 20 pixels, right? 10, so half of 20 is 10 and half of the width 30 is 15. If we do it like this, what's wrong? Side width, height, var minus side height. Okay, why the width is 1 second. Let me increase the width a little more. Something went wrong, and the width is now less, I think. What is the width? It's only 14 pixels. It's supposed to be 30 pixels, right? Side width 30 pixels. What happened? Oh, semicolon. Come on. All right. I think we are back on track. So let's use this. Now it's centered properly. Instead of using these hard coded values, let's use this now. So top meaning height. Let's switch this left, which corresponds to the width. So we'll use calc minus var divided by -2. Let's see if this works. -2 pixels. Yeah, it's working. Similarly for this, we'll again use side height. Okay, by divided by -2. What's wrong? Semicolon somewhere missing. Semicolon, no. I thought it was working. Left, where a space is needed, I believe. Come on, this should have worked. Divided by -2. This is peculiar. This should have definitely worked. Side width divided by 2 pixels. I don't know. Oh, it's already in pixels, so no need to do divide by pixels again. Okay. We are back on track. Cool. Let me give background red or leave it for now. Now we can go ahead and again put the transform here. Yeah, now I think they are looking good. Let me remove this high from here. We don't need it anymore. Let me again tilt the whole thing by 45 degree. And if I remove the background color, now you see all those rings. So far good, I think. What's the next step? Now we need lots of such rings. Okay, because you see there are lots of these rings. So again, let's do this. This instead of only having one ring container or one ring div element, we'll again use the range function. Let's go with 10 rings for now. Map rings, right? I'll directly put this thing inside here. Yeah, I think that's working. I believe we'll need to give some margin, but yeah, we can do that. Okay, so let's go back to the styles and we'll give margin top or something. Margin top, or let's use this only. Margin 10 pixels by 0 pixels. Okay, no, they're supposed to increase the margins. Okay, let's go back and reset everything. Okay, this is how they look. The ring should have margin of 10 pixels. I believe the reason is, okay, let me debug it here. Currently the size, the height and width of the ring is only 2 pixels. I think that might be the culprit, but let me see. Yeah, if you let me give it 0 pixels for now. By 0 pixels, yeah, they are okay. Now to increase the margin, okay, let's do one thing. Let's give the same size here to the ring. So what I mean here is now I think okay. So I think with this we don't need the left and top. They'll automatically be centered. Cool. Let's plug in the rotation once again. Now you see. Okay. But now what I want is for temporary, let's close this. The whole thing should be centered. It shouldn't start from here. It should somehow start from the top. So instead of doing this, placing the container in the center, what we'll do is display flex, justify content, center. Okay. Now let's increase the rings to maybe 20. Now they will go all the way to the bottom. Okay, awesome. So before turning this into a donut shaped, let's keep them vertical only for the time being, and later we'll make it as a donut. Cool. Now let's once again transform this. Let me remove this color. It's not needed anymore. Okay. So far good. Now let's give them a background color. So the background is from red all the way till blue color. Oh man, and this is a gradient. I don't know how to achieve that. Instead of giving a fixed background color of red, we need to somehow give them a gradient which starts from red and ends with blue. Okay, let's play with the color property. CSS property. I believe there are different ways to set the colors. Body color, RGB is one. HSL, I think we can play with this HSL. Yeah. Property. HSL. What are other ways? CSS colors. No. Color values. Yeah, maybe we'll find something here. RGB. HSL. Use saturation lightness. So lightness will be 100%. Saturation will also be 100%. You will change from, okay, let's give this a try. Try. Okay, what if this is 100%? Let's run. 0 percent. Are they supposed to be in percent? I don't know. U is a degree. It's a degree from 0 to 360, or is it 0 or 360 is red, 120 is green, 240 is blue, Okay, so 0 to 240 percentage. 0 means a shade of gray, 100 is full color, lightness is also percentage, 0 black, 100 is white. So okay, let's give this as 50% only. We don't want to. Okay, so now this is supposed to be red but doesn't look proper red, you know, something is missing. Background color RGB, why this is getting overwritten? No idea. Yeah, this is red as expected. Okay, so it will go from red to blue. Blue is 240 degrees, so let's put this one as 240. Again, use saturation 100%, brightness 50%. Let's give it a try. Okay, again something is wrong. This doesn't look like a proper blue. So again, if I do this, yeah, now this is proper blue and this is proper red. Okay, we can go with these two things, and somehow we'll change this u from 0 to 240 degree based on the index. All right, so I'm putting this value instead of 0. Just a second. If we put it from 0 to 240, it will go via green, right? Red, blue, red, green, and then blue. So let's put some formula here. Okay, so it's where, let's use calc because we'll definitely need calc. Where index, right? Ring side index, side index. Yeah, let's use side index. And the range should be, so this is divided by number of ring sides, right? So we'll get a range of 0 to number of ring sides, and that should be multiplied by 240. Looks good. But now that it's going from red to green to blue. What I really wanted was to like this: red, purple or pink, then blue. So I think it will go from 240 degree to 360 degree. Okay, so 240 degree minus 360. 360 minus 240, how much is it? 120. So let's do one thing. Let's multiply by this 120, but it will start from what was the initial value? I forgot. 240, right? Maximum 240. Yeah, 240 to 360. So it will start from 240, but let's multiply it by 120. Now I think we got what we are looking for. It started from red till blue, and of course there's supposed to be a huge gap in between these two, but we'll come back to that later. Okay, this is magic number, these two are magic numbers, but we'll work on those later. All right, so far good. Now what's the next thing? How about we increase the radius? Instead of radius, let's make it 100 pixels, and let's reduce let's first increase the width. So to increase the width, select one of this: width, side width. Where is the variable side width? I think it's onto the ring. Side width. Let's increase this. until they meet. $79.80 pixels. I really don't want to hard code this 80 pixel. Okay, and I think we'll give this, instead of a black border, we'll give it a white border. Okay, or let's remove the border altogether. No, yeah, I think border needs to be there. All right, now what? We can try rotating this now. So we'll use an animation to rotate ring, rotate ring, right? So the easiest way to rotate the ring is rotate this thing, this class, ring class. Yeah, I think that's it. So we can pull this here, rotate ring from rotate, no, transform rotate from 0 degree to 360 degree to 360 degree, and animation property, why doesn't it give the autocomplete? Okay, what's the animation property? CSS property, CSS animation property. I'm trying to figure out the syntax of the animation property. Usually this gives the autocomplete yeah, there was something. Yeah, this is what I've been looking for. Rotate ring, duration, let's say 10 second, timing function linear, and delay 0 seconds. I think we'll need to use delay later. Iteration count infinite, direction and fill mode can be ignored. Wow. This is not what I was expecting. I think we'll need to use rotate Y here. So, yeah. Okay, so far cool. How about they're definitely rotating. I think it's time to put the gap in between now. Okay, so to put the gap between these ring sides, what we'll do is, instead of dividing it with number of ring sides, we'll add some value here. So what I mean here is, let's say there are 2 rings, those were missing. Yeah, you see, now there is we'll need to reduce the size, width of this rings. Ring width, let's reduce this. Okay, but now there is a gap for two uh, missing sides in the ring. Yeah. Let's look at here. How many do you think there are sides which are missing here? I think it will, I'll consider as 1, 2, 3. 3 missing sides to complete the ring. 1, 2, 3, maybe in even 4. So I'll go with 3 for now. And again I'll have to reduce the width. I really should fix this width now. Ring side width. So let's calculate this number. Let me pull all this variable outside here so that I'll be able to calculate. Side, ring sides. I hope we have all this variable to the ring class. Only the side index is here. Okay, now let's calculate this side width. Instead of hard coding it to 50 pixels, I think we'll need to use some geometry here. Okay, I don't know. I haven't used trigonometry in a long time, but okay, let's see. Paint online. So this is a circle, right? It's not able to draw the perfect circle, but okay, no worries. And this is the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's assume this circle has 5 sides. Can I change the color? Okay. Can I change the width, thickness of the line? It doesn't look like that. Anyway, so the radius, actually this is the radius r. Let me call, in our case this is the r. Okay, and we want to calculate this angle. Am I right? No, we need to calculate the width here. Okay, we are trying to calculate this width, right? And we have given the r, and we have given the number of sides. In this case, in this diagram I have drawn width as number of sides as 5. Number of sides, let's consider as 5. We have given radius and we need to calculate width. Okay, so we can easily calculate this angle based on this. This is 360. Can I use text here? Yeah. Let me see if I can use the text here. So this is 360 divided by n. So we got the angle now. Okay, we got the angle, and we have this line, this r. This is r. Okay, this. Okay, so we know this distance, and we need to calculate this. So I think tan, we can use tan inverse, something like that. Tan is opposite upon side. Tan trigonometry. Tan is opposite upon adjacent. Yeah, opposite upon adjacent. So this, let's call this width by 2, half width. Okay, this is let's call this half a width, and this is r. So half a width divided by r is equal to tan of what? 360 divided by n. Divided by n. Wow. I don't know if you are able to understand what I am doing here or what I'm writing here. But okay. So now the h will be r into tan of this 360 divided by n. I think we got it. Yeah. So once again, I'm writing it here. So h half width divided by r is equal to tangent of 360 divided by the number of sides, right, including the missing sides. Hence h will be radius into tan of 360 divided by the number of sides. As simple as that. So let's see if the CSS tan function looks like, yeah, calculate tangent of 45 degree. It does have a tangent function. Awesome. Let's try this. So once again, our formula is radius into tangent of 360 divided by the number of sides. Awesome. Let's go back to this. So we have r, we have side. This we need to calculate, right? And I think we have the number of ring sides. We have this ring sides as well. Okay, number of ring sides. But here what we are doing is we are multiplying, we are adding it with number 3. Okay, so let's put this into a variable, minus missing sides as 3. Okay, so I'll plug in this here, where missing sides, the same thing, right? And we'll need this this whole thing, actually 360 divided by the missing sides, right? So again, to calculate the side width, we'll use calc function 360 divided by a tangent, right? Tan of this 360 divided by and multiply by radius. Radius is this thing, where radius into, now we got the half width, we just need to multiply by 2 again. No, not working. Tangent of 360 degree divided by right ring sides by the missing sides. Okay, something here only. Is it supposed to be in pixels? Let's say 2 pixels. Saving it. No, not working. Radius is again 100 pixels, right? Okay, let's debug it. I don't know. Let's stop the animation for a time being. Okay. Something is going wrong here. Ring, right? Ring. Side width. So the computed width property is 0 pixels. Why it's 0 pixels? Who knows why it's 0 pixels? Okay, let's see if this formula is correct. Tangent. What is this yellow color here? What? one second, this formula is not working, I believe. Oh, what did I do? I refreshed everything. Oh man, did I save these things? Oh, I think yeah. Okay. All right. Why this is giving a color? Why this is giving a color? This is not supposed to give us a color, but once again we'll look at this to see if we missed anything. Let's do one thing. Tan of 45 degree is 1, that I know. So we'll simply plug in this formula and see if this is working. Okay, so here let me copy this, calculate. I think I already copied that. Calculate. No, not working again. Side width. Let me start with 100 pixels hard coded. This is definitely working. 50 pixels, definitely working. Okay, no issues here. Now if we put this thing, somehow it's not working. Why is that? It was supposed to work. Width, calculate 100 pixels, tan of 45 degrees. This is experimental technology. Check the browser compatibility table. Let's check it. Not supported. Definitely not supported. Very good. So we cannot use tan function here. Very good. Awesome. So what to do? Looks like we'll have to use JavaScript. Since this is not working, what else can we do? No worries. Let's do one thing. Let's use JavaScript. If we don't have any other option, we'll have to go with JavaScript only, right? So yeah, we'll go here. Let's put const radius or simply r. What was the value? I don't know. Let's copy 100 pixels, 100, right? And we'll put them here in the ring. Let me put here like this, ring sides as well as minus r as radius. So we can remove this from here, and we'll put side width as well here. Side width minus. Okay. So side width const, let's or no 0. Side width. Isn't r supposed to be a radius? Okay, we'll give it pixels. Sorry, a radius in pixels, right? We want a radius in pixels. So r plus pixels. Side width. What should be the side width? Once again, radius into 2 into radius into math dot tan. I need to understand this math tan. How to tan JavaScript. What happened? Yeah. Degrees into math pi divided by 180. Oh man. Okay, no worries. We can use math.py 360, right? So pi is 180 degree, so multiply by 2. Okay, I think I got it. No need to convert them into degrees. We can directly use pi. So math 2 2 into math pi, that is 360 degree, divide by the number of sides, ring sides is 8. Okay, plus missing sides, cost missing, we have that, no, missing sides is equal to 3. We'll need to pass this as well as a variable. Missing sides, side width in pixels, right? In plus pixels. Wow, what is this? Hey, just hold on a second. What is this? What are we looking at? Amazing. How about we animate this first? Let's digress a little. Okay, not bad, but not that fascinating. Okay, let's see. Have we put missing side, ring sides? Yes, we have put. R is done. Side width, yeah, side width. 2 twice the radius into math, tan of 2 into math by number divided by ring sides plus missing sides. So this is supposed to be the width, and let's say side width. Are we using this here, side width? Yeah. What's wrong now? Width, where size width, and I am sure I have passed this here, right? Side width in the ring class name. I don't understand what's the issue now. Have I done the side width pixels, missing sides? Everything looks okay to me. Missing sides, ring sides, radius. I'm just arranging them a little. Okay, let's debug. So the side width came out to be 128 pixels. Okay, let's reduce this. It's still not working. I think we missed something. Radius is 5 pixels. It's isn't supposed to be 5 pixels. Why the radius is radius is keep changing 1 3 4 pixels. Come on. Oh man. Okay. So here we'll use J. Okay, now we are somewhere. Let's refresh this. Okay. The width is definitely more. Missing sides, let's go with 0 for now. So this rotation is correct, but still the width is much more. for some reason. I don't know if our formula is incorrect or what. Side width. Uh, Radius is 100 pixels, ring side 8, missing side 0. So side width is coming as 100 pixels. Two into math by 360 divided by the number of sides. Ring sides. What did I miss? This is correct, no? 360 divided by the number of sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And oh, this is divided by 2. 360 by n by 2. Okay, I think I got it. So this is divide. Oops. So no need to multiply it by 2. Yeah, and here instead of 1, we'll make it 2. There we are. Awesome. And we can again plug in the missing sides as 3. Okay. Finally, we got it. Yeah, I think we got it. Let's plug in the animation. Okay. Yeah, I think it's working. What's the next step now? I see the border, because of the border, they are overlapping. Yeah, if I remove the border, it's working fine. But I think because of the border, let's look at this. There is some minute issue of the border. I think I'll need to take care of that. For now, let's remove the border. But then it doesn't look that interesting. Let's plug in the border, and to figure out the issue, I think with the border we'll need to reduce the size as well. Okay, how to do this? Border box. Okay, let's do that. Star. Everything should be box sizing should be border box. Yeah, I think that did the trick. I believe yes. Yeah, seems to have worked. Let me go back to reduce the border a little. Cool. We don't need this anymore. The animation is working correct. We don't even need this. Margin is okay. We don't need all these variables since they are in the JavaScript. I think we can give all these variables to the container. No need to give them here because nothing is changing based on this, right? So I'm pulling out these variables again here. Style. They'll still work. Let me increase the perspective a little more, let's say 400. Okay, let me give some background color to this. Why the acha, I've given some fixed height and width here. Now this is correct. Let me reduce the number of rows to 10 to see how it looks. Let's make it 5. I want to check if they are centered. What's going on here? Container display grid place item center. Ring. Why do we need this now? Yeah, we don't need that. Right. Let me do one more thing here. Align items center. Just want to, yeah, okay. This is a good place to start from. Now it should, if I increase the number of rings to 10, this should still be centered. That's what I wanted in the first place. Yeah, yeah, exactly. 30. Awesome. Now I'll just do overflow. Here I think I don't want scroll bars here. So what I'll do, I'll simply do overflow y hidden. I think that should do. Yeah, I think that's working. I'm opening it in the new tab. What just happened? Here it's showing correctly and the color is also fine. But if I open it in the new tab, something is missing. Style, background color. Why the background color is not working here? Side height. What's wrong with the background color here? Something is going on. We'll come back to this later. But at least here it's working as expected. So instead of this 30, we'll use rings, number of rings. Const rings is equal to 20. Let's make it 40. Let's go with 30 first. Awesome. Do we need to increase the width or the radius? Let's say if that works. If I increase the radius to 150, it still works. Let's reduce the missing sides to 2 and it will still work. Nothing is broken. So far good. Awesome. Let me remove this unnecessary thing. I don't even want this background color, not needed. Perfect. Now the thing is, you see they each are kind of offset. They are not, the gap is not perfectly aligned. So what I can do here, here the delay, what if I put a little bit of delay? So here we can give the ring index here. So div class name style side index. Yeah, side index. Similarly for the ring we can give ring index. Ring index. What's wrong? Ring index j. Okay, now if I use this variable, calc var ring index into 1s. Not working. Saving it, ring indexed j. Come on, why it's not working? Doesn't seem to be working. Ring. Oh, hey, 1 second. It's done. Starting. Let's give this 0.1s. Ah, how about that? Not bad. Okay. This does look good. Let me reduce this time duration to. Let me increase the height as well, side height to 25 pixels maybe. And let me reduce the missing sides to only one. I don't like the huge gap. Will this work in the new? Nothing seems to be working here. Is it because of my extensions? So I have this dark reader extension, and because of that I think it was not working, but yeah, it's working fine. Let me increase the missing sides to 2 again, and the ring sides to make maybe 10, so that we'll have more sides. How about that? I think it's looking good. How about perspective? We reduce the perspective. Let me remove unwanted things. Let's make it perspective 300. What's the radius? 150. No, we cannot go less than 150, otherwise it will be so it's like we are very close to this object with 200 as the perspective. Let's go back to 300 only. How about I play with this linear function, ease in, ease out. Let's see how it looks now. How does it look here? I don't know if you are able to tell, it's lagging a little bit. I'm not liking that. So what can I do? I'm not sure I can help that. It's definitely lagging a little, very subtle, very minutely. You can observe that it's lagging. I don't like the timing function. I'll go with the linear only. I would like to reduce the missing sides to one back to one. Okay, I, I believe I'm satisfied with this. Maybe I'll increase the margin a little more, maybe to 20 pixels or something, to better see what's going on inside. To make it more, no, point 1 is not working. Let me make it 10 again, because since it was lagging, maybe I'll increase this to, and we'll reduce the number of sides to 8. I'm just playing around with the numbers a little. And I think we'll need to increase the perspective to maybe 350. Overall, I think this looks good. Not super interesting, but okay. Not that bad as well. Hmm. You know what? I'll stop it here, and maybe next time we'll make it a donut shape instead of a simple vertical. We'll wrap this around itself and make it as a donut shape. How about I increase this rotation speed by reducing the animation to, let's say, 6 seconds. This will have to be also reduced. What if I make it very small? Now this is something better. This is cool. Let's open it here. Let me refresh it. This is amazing. I think I'll settle for this. How about I give some background color? No, I think let it be. This looks pretty interesting. You know what? This is a good stopping point. Let's stop it here. And in the next video, we'll make it a circular again, a donut shape. Awesome. Thank you, folks. See you next time.